watching famous Dave on YouTube.
And welcome back. Good morning, folks. I went out yesterday with a pretty irresponsible position, long, square, and I just kind of left it. This market's pretty frustrating, but yeah, so I went out long almost. If we look down in the corner here, you can see my delta's almost 500 long here. So really big long. That's a big delta for me at the moment. So it's kind of the equivalent of being long 500 shares of the stock. It says 494. So that is actually 300 long shares plus 300 long shares plus an options calendar spread that gets us to about almost 500 long. Fortunately, we are up $1.50 right now, so that's good. It's going to work out so far today. This stock has been in a downtrend for some time, as has the market, and we're going to have to see if we're going to break that trend or not. We will break it at some time, but we don't know exactly when that will be. Let's see, fit to screen. Let's see if that will work. No, that did not work. So that's kind of where we are right now. Let's take a look at major indices and what's going on and see if we can. I'm just trying to resize this stuff here for a second. Let's see, it's way too big. There we go. Is that better? No, it's still too big. Let's see, reach size to fit screen. That's a little better. Resize to fit screen. Transform, fit to screen. All right, there we go. So welcome back. Yeah, so we are looking at major indices up right now. NASDAQ up 153 as we come into the session. There is a chart from the past 3 years. Let's go to a chart of the past few hours, actually. And you can see just a little sell-off as we in the last 15 minutes here, but overall up. That's the price action since midnight last night. And we will see if we do break the downtrend here, because although this looks like an uptrend right here, as we start to back stuff out in time, well, it doesn't look as much of an uptrend, does it? It's like, how much higher do we have to go on this chart for this to look like an uptrend? Probably to like 12,000, right? And then let's back it out even more. So there's a 20 days, and 20 days even more looks like we're just in a downtrend, and we just, we moved up a little bit, but we're still very much in a downtrend. So we'll see if we can break out of this. We have to break out of it sometime, right? Look, let's back it up more and see. 1 year. Yep, 1 year, still in a downtrend, right? So this whole year, we've been in a downtrend. Okay, let's look at 3 years. 3 years starts to look like an uptrend, right? But 1 year still looks like we're in a downtrend here, and it doesn't look good, right? We haven't broken the low here for June, so maybe if we bounce off of this level, then we're making higher lows, right? Because we haven't broken through this June level, but it seems like could just as easily go below this June level here. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of support to me just looking at that chart. Let's look at the E-minis and see if E-minis is similar also. It's like it just feels like every time we start to rally, it's so easy for them to kill the rally. They just start pounding a stock or an index, and everybody gives up. Nobody's willing to kind of fight back and sustain a rally. As soon as people start trying to push something down, it just moves lower. And that's kind of the whole idea of the trend, is that as we remain in a downtrend, people feel very comfortable just selling into it, because it just goes right back down again every time when it tries to rally. So There's been a lot of bad news lately, and it's unclear what's going to happen. For the moment, though, we're happy because, once again, Square up about $1.50, and we came in long about 500 delta. So that's a nice profitability if we were to get out right here. My plan kind of is to just stay long here and looking for a bounce back to like the 70s, right? I don't know if we're going to get it or not, but it doesn't seem like a bad spot to get long here. Certainly, this could go to 40, right? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Meanwhile, the VIX off a little bit, which makes sense, seeing as the market's rallying off the highs there of yesterday's session. And let's take a look at the term structure real quick. And there we have it. Term structure still inverted, still in backwardation. So term structure doesn't look great, right? That's pretty much the only way I can characterize it. Let me get out of the way here for a second, but yeah, it doesn't look that stellar, right? Still in backwardation, still ugly. We need a little bit more of a rally for this to kind of get back to normal. This, although not predictive, is reflecting the fact that the market is in turmoil still, and we're not on the road back to rally at the moment, right? That's what I get from that. Anyway, so that's where we are. Let's see if I'm still broadcasting here. It kind of seems like I'm not. Can you hear me out there in the vast radio audience? There we go. All right, so we'll see what happens today. Like I said, I'm long. I'm just long here looking for a bounce in the markets. We've had so many down days. We just can't go down forever, right? There's got to be a point where the steady buying that happens every day from 401ks and from just people's paychecks and stuff overwhelms the selling, right? The active selling from people. And I don't know if that day will be today, but that day is coming where we start to rally again. It's kind of the natural course of things of markets to rally, and that's my play right now, is looking for a rally here. So we'll see what happens. I appreciate y'all coming and checking me out, and I hope you have a great day yourselves trading. And I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
You're watching Famous Game.